sa alinsangan ng panahong nilalakbay. Balutin man ang init ng pandemyang pumapatay, mananatili siyang Pilipino sa kasuotan man at kulay. Siya ang prinsipe ng kabataang Batanggenyo. Dinisenyo ni NJ Almazan. Candidate number 3, Mark Marlon Avendaño from Binyan, Laguna. Nayon is a Filipino term for the word town. It is used to call the city of Binyan years ago chieftain of the town who was a native Aita and later on married a Mabalaqueña, Gloriana Tolentino. This costume was made out of a mixture of both modern and indigenous materials in commemoration of the origin and ethnicity of the place. Moreover, despite the continuous innovation of the day, this piece will serve as a remembrance of the people's cultivation of camaraderie over the years to bring honor and pride to the rich culture of the town and its early ancestors. Designer, Santino Rivera. wooden beads, tanso to completely embody the ani ng Lagunan tea. The fabric used is made out of abaca fibers and it's designed to be a modern magsasaka to embody the simple yet jovial type of us Filipinos. The karet is there to invigorate prosperous bounty, and the salakot and kain to symbolize